Hi folks, welcome. My name is Gary Holden. I'm the Sports Information Director and Assistant AD. We're here today to introduce Felix Vu, who is our new interim head men's soccer coach. Felix, welcome.
Hey Gary, thanks for having me.
How have things been going so far?
Yeah, everything's been going all right. Just enjoying the nice rainy weather right now.
I know. It's hard for the people to see it from here, but it has been raining.
Yeah.
Been raining cats and dogs here for the last 4 days. But we needed the water, so we can't complain about it right now. I put some grass seed down, so pretty happy about the rain. Felix, I'd like to maybe have you tell us a little bit about yourself and everything. Tell the fans where you grew up and everything, where you went to college, and how it is that you came to Ferrum.
Yeah, born and raised in Australia. My parents migrated from Vietnam to Australia just actually after the Vietnam War. Grew up in Noble Park North in Melbourne, and I mean, from there, obviously lived there for most of my life, 18 years. When I was 19, got an opportunity to go to West Virginia, Alderson Broaddus University. Got recruited by the former head coach there, Dan Kelly.
That is an NCAA Division II school?
Yep, NCAA Division II school, yeah, great guy, and just really lucky to be here. How I came to Ferrum, just a little bit of luck. I mean, someone on Facebook said, like this post if you need a job, and I liked it, and then that person got me in contact with Ender, and that was my kind of first year as an assistant here.
And you had been an assistant as a GA at another school before that?
Yep, I was a graduate assistant at Drew University just after I finished my playing career at Alderson Broaddus University. Enjoyed that for 2 years. So yeah.
Okay. Great. Well, we were glad to have you come here and everything. And just so the folks know, Felix has been named the interim head coach just after Enda Crean, our former head coach. He'd been here for 3 years. Enda took the same position at Christian Brothers University, which is in Memphis. Correction.
Yep.
Memphis, Tennessee, and everything. So, so talk a little bit about your returners. Have you been in contact with them? Everyone seemed to be okay for coming back to school and everything?
Yeah, I mean, as soon as before it was announced officially on the website, I guess I reached out to everyone individually just to make sure we're all still headed in the same direction. For me, the cultural part of the team is a massive part of just sports, or I guess any kind of environment in general. So I just wanted to make sure that we're still in the same direction and still heading towards where we want to head to. But yeah, no, I mean, the returners have been positive from what I've heard, and we've got a good group of leaders that reach out and keep in touch with the guys as well, so that's been really good and has really helped me out. So no, I mean, returners are excited to come back.
That's great. We'll switch gears and talk a little bit about newcomers. You've got some transfers, you've got some freshmen coming in. Last year we had one of the biggest group of international students we had on campus. Probably the men's soccer team has the largest group of international students and everything. Talk a little bit about how recruiting has gone and what you're looking to bring in this year. I don't need specific names, but just in general how things are going.
Yeah, I mean, like I'll preface that by saying, I think obviously Ender's done a great job over the past 3 years.
Absolutely.
Bringing in lots of students and building a foundation for next year. I've got great assistance from Rod Baker, who he continues to really help me out with the domestic kids. In terms of, I guess, the recruiting for the following season, we are returning a decent amount of our players, so that obviously always helps. But for, I guess, in terms of specifics of how many kids we're bringing in, all that kind of stuff, that's, we really can't say at the moment. All we can say is that the guys that we're looking to bring in are guys that we feel that can help us on the pitch and add to our culture. So we want good kids who are willing to work hard. I mean, that's just always been the be all and end all of our recruiting process. You know what I mean? And again, like I said, been really lucky to have people help me out with that.
Yeah. Well, last year it was a great season and everything, and I think it'd be really neat to build on that. I think you guys finished 10-7.
Yep, 10-7. Yep.
3-5 in the ODAC and everything.
Yep.
So,
yep.
Let's talk a little bit about the schedule for this year. You got some tough games. Obviously, the Old Dominion Athletic Conference is a premier conference in men's soccer. Who are the strongholds for this coming year, do you see?
Yeah, I mean, like, obviously with the way the ODAC's set up, we don't play every team, but I mean, one of the toughest teams that we'll play is Roanoke for sure. They're a really good side, and I expect them to be competing again, for that top 4, maybe even the championship for next year. Hampton Sydney obviously won the conference last year, but I mean, I think there are no easy games in the ODAC. You know what I mean?
Sure.
So
you got to come to play every day.
Yeah, exactly right. And yeah, no, I mean, our schedule in terms of our non-conference schedule, it is for the most part the same. We've added a bit more difficult games. I think Mary Baldwin will be good test for us. We play them early on.
And they got good in their first year, didn't we? I think we tied them in scrimmage. They were really surprising last year.
Yeah, no, they were I mean, the coach has done a great job there. Got them really organised and everything like that. And yeah, no, for a first-year program, they've done really well last year, and they'll be a tough test again this year.
Talk a little bit about your goals for the season. Whenever you become a head coach for the first time and everything, you've got to have a little bit of a layout of kind of what you'd like to see and everything, and how you'd like to approach that. Talk a little bit about your for the season, what your goals are.
Yeah, I mean, going back to Ender, I was very lucky to work under Ender, and I was lucky to take a very big role in terms of coaching the team and establishing different standards and stuff like that. So I mean, in terms of the way we direct towards our goal, I guess is going to be relatively the same. My goals as the head coach is, I guess, my same goals as I had as an assistant coach, was just obviously win as many games as I can. Obviously, we always want to win the conference championship. That's always an aim. But for me, it's just just keep my head down and just keep working as hard as I can, and whatever happens, happens, really. And
it looked as though, just from watching a few of the practices here and there, that you handled a lot of the training.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, really grateful for Ender and Rod, and they always give me feedback on training sessions. But no, I think, I think after preseason, I don't really remember Ender running that many sessions. He was always there to help me out and give advice to the players individually. But in terms of the planning and all that stuff, I was lucky enough to do that.
It's great to have a head coach that trusts you like that and turn that type of stuff over to you and everything.
Exactly.
Do you intend to have Rod back to help you out again this year?
Yeah, no, I'm hoping Rod can. Obviously he took a little bit of a back seat last season. Obviously with me coming in as the primary assistant, but no, I really value his opinion. I think he'll be great for us. We do think alike in many ways. We think not alike in many ways as well. So no, it'll be really good for me and especially the program.
Good. Well, we're excited. Rod's an alum. Played tennis.
Yeah, exactly.
When he was a student. Plus, he played tennis here for 4 years. Plus, he played soccer here for 4 years. Was a starting goalkeeper, I think, 3 of his 4 years.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's great to have him back involved with the program.
Yeah, exactly.
So. Well, Felix, thanks so much for coming on the show with us and everything. And we'll be looking forward to talking with you again at some point during the season and everything. Maybe even again later this summer.
Yep, perfect. Thank you very much for that. I appreciate it.
Great. Well, folks, that'll do it for today. I'm Gary Holden for Felix Vu. Thanks for being with us, and have a great day.
Goal, Ferrum. Goal, Ferrum.